Hey guys, what's up? So I I've done this video like 3 times because I keep forgetting to mention important things and I don't feel like editing this. But anyway, this is the new Hydra player, the successor to the old M7, um, which is this player, which says the next level beat store, which probably was the next level years ago. I feel like it was years ago, but it just isn't anymore. We went to a more modern look, a look that producers appreciate and absolutely love it. We've been getting a lot of emails and a lot of responses on the forum and just a lot of love. So thank you for everyone that supported us and have given us a lot of love for this Hydra player. Honestly, this player is a result of all your feedback and all your love and support and loyalty. So thank you to you guys. On to discussing the features for the Hydra player. I'm not going to talk about how to modify it because you can make it any color you want. You can change out the headers. If you don't want video headers, you can just put an image. There's a lot of things you can do with it, but I'm going to just talk about the different features for it. All right, so let's go ahead and just talk about the most obvious thing is that we switched to a big header here. So now you can add either an image or a YouTube header on here. Um, let's go ahead and see it in action. We have a spectrum here, like we had a spectrum in the M7, and we actually had a spectrum way back like 3-4 years ago with Engine, and then everyone started using spectrums, but we decided to go ahead and make that the spectrum take up the whole header. But what's really cool is that you can use the spectrum. You'll see the spectrum animation. You can use it as a single color. So if your theme is red, you can just make a red spectrum all the way through. If you click on every beat, it'll just have a red spectrum to go to your music that goes with your music. Or you can have the spectrum actually take colors from your album art and it'll change the color depending on what your album art is. So I'm going to play a few beats on here and just kind of give you a general feel of it. Okay, I'm not sure if you might hear an echo, and if you did hear an echo, then I apologize. But um, that's how it looks visually. I think you can do another customization with the spectrum. Is a user color you can change like the different. You can use the different points like the bottom point, middle point, and top point of the color. Anyway, you have you have a lot of customization stuff for the spectrum, but I like to leave it as picking the color of the album art. Um, Onto a really important update. We added some memory modules on the in cart and also the favorite. Let me explain what I mean by that. The old M7 didn't have that. So what I mean by that is, wow, the M7. I just cannot look at this anymore. It's crazy. But okay, so for example, if a user came in and they added 2 items in the cart, they would have the item in the cart, not a problem. But it is a problem if they're anyone like me that basically if uh, I have a lot of stuff going on, so I may have something in the cart, and I might accidentally refresh it if I open up another tab, or I might actually close out the window. Um, the people like Amazon and Apple, they have it where if you add something in the cart and you close the window, it'll actually remember the items in your cart. That's what an e-commerce cart should be like. So if I refresh the page, then then I have to go back and be like, oh man, I didn't mean to close out the page. So I have to go back and find the beats that and it's a hassle. Yes, some people come in here and they just buy and they check out like right away, but a lot of people are not like that. So we fixed that with Hydra. So let me show you how that works. I think you have an idea how that works, but let me show you it in action. So if I'm gonna put a premium in here, and I'm also gonna put an exclusive. So either I close it or I refresh it, and it'll remember that I have the items in cart. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it even harder. So I'm gonna actually clear out my cache. So all my data, I'm going to clear out, and then I'm going to refresh it. And a lot of times that will actually clear out all your stuff in the cart as well. But in Hydra's case, it will actually remember until you close it out. So that's really cool. Again, if any good e-commerce store should have the memory module built in. That way, if they have something in the cart and they have to leave for the day, or say the computer has to restart or whatever, they can always just go back to your website, go back to the cart, where the player's at. It'll remember, it'll have the things in the cart no matter what you do. Again, the only way to remove it is if the user actually goes in. They go into the cart and remove it. That's the only way. You always want their stuff in here. The same thing with favorites. So say you have, because a lot of times when I shop for things, I keep a lot of stuff as favorites, but I only purchase maybe 15% of it, or maybe 30% of it. So it's always cool to have a collection of beats that people have for favorites. So maybe they can buy it later on if they wanted to. So say I'm gonna go ahead and favorite these. So I favorited 4 beats, and on the left hand side you'll see a new tab, and it'll have all the different beats that I've favorited. So if I refresh the page, as you can see, it kept everything that I favorited. So again, they turn off the computer, they close out the browser. Check it out. I'm going to go ahead and copy this. So I'm going to put something in the cart, $60, right? So I have one item for $60, and then I have 4 favorited. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to close out the browser completely. All right. Now I'm going to open up a new browser. I'm going to put in the link. And there it is. I actually closed out the browser, and it still remembers I have one item in the cart, and it still remembers that I have 4 favorited beats on there. So that's pretty awesome. And the way to remove them is to click on the hearts to remove them. Another thing that's really cool is you can actually play a beat from the cart. So let me add some more stuff on here. This is very useful because if it took you 30 minutes or an hour to go through a huge collection, I don't have a huge collection here, but say there's 100, 200 beats in there. It'd be a pain to actually find the ones that you can find it through these icons, but why do that? You can just go to the cart and then just play within the cart. You can actually track it within the cart as well, so that's really cool. Okay, so I'm going to just close these out. Let's talk about the different buttons here. Some of these are self-explanatory, so I'll go really quick. This one's an About Me. It has all your social icons on there, no problem. Your different filters, so you enter coupon code. request custom beat, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit, view current deals, and then a very comprehensive search. So you can actually here, right, when you do a search, you can either do it here, or you can search through your different genres, similar artists. So if you click on Dr. Dre, it'll show whatever you know you have tagged as Dr. Dre. Search by instrument, which is really cool. Mood, BPM, price, date range, sort, and currency. Now, currency is really awesome. A lot of people use this. So if you have customers in the UK and they want to switch to Euro, all they have to do is drop down and go with the Euro. And then you'll see this little Euro sign here. So let's go ahead and add something back in the cart. And just so you can see it has a Euro sign for all the different prices here. And then actually it'll show up on your checkout and everything is on here. Okay, it's filters. Okay, so all right. Now let's talk about, okay, well, here's the add a coupon. It's pretty self-explanatory. We added a need a coupon link on here because a lot of customers, they don't know you have a coupon. Either it's not on your website, or maybe it's a marketing thing where customers think you have a coupon, and then when they request one, you can create a coupon on the back end, give it to them. It's really your choice, but it's really nice for them to actually contact you right away. You could have this on your website, like a contact form or whatever, but anytime you have an e-commerce product, you want to keep the focus all within your Beat store. You don't want them to be looking at your header, your footer, a different page on your website. You want them all focused, all in on the player. So that's why we have this. And that's why we created the request custom. This one is gold. A lot of producers have already emailed me and said, just thank me for having, for not me, but the team for building this button on here. So a lot of producers, they say, well, I sell beats on my player, but a lot of business that I get are people that are requesting custom beats. They like the stuff I have in my library, but you know, they want me to build a custom beat, and it's kind of a pain for them to like go to the contact form. You may think it's not a big deal, but again, talking about having everything focused in one spot, it's a lot easier for them to do it right on the Beat store than having to you know, look elsewhere on your page. So the deal is here is if they want something custom, it doesn't even have to be a custom beat. It can be a custom service, whether it be mastering or I don't know, whatever you want. So they can click on request custom, and then they'll see a form here. Right here, they can type in what they're looking for. So they can type in just basically anything they want. And then if they have certain things like, oh, I saw an example of kind of what I'm looking for on YouTube, or something that I'm kind of looking for on SoundCloud, they can enter in a couple links on here so that you know, all right. And you'll get emailed these links so you can actually click on and you know, find out exactly kind of what they're looking for in real time or in real life. They can enter in obviously their email and their telephone number. And we built in a budget thing on here. So on the back end, you can state what your minimum budget is. So if you don't want to do anything under 20 bucks, 50 bucks or whatever, let's just put 20 bucks here. And somebody puts in 20 bucks, then you're all set. But if someone puts in $2, then he'll tell you budget is below the minimum. I mean, why would you do anything for $2? I don't know. You can set it at $1.50 if you wanted to. Point is, it's your choice, and you can do whatever you want there. They hit submit, and you get emailed all the details of their custom project. Okay, so let's talk about deals that are activated up here by the price. So I'm going to remove this. I'm going to try to activate something. So I'm going to go lease and lease. All right, cool. So as you can see, before, there's some players that they don't have an indicator that shows them what deal that they just activated, and it's just they just hope that the customer assumes what the deal is, and that's not cool. So we decided to go ahead and indicate what the deal it is that they activated. So I'm actually going to go down to currency. I'm going to go back to USD. All right. Okay, so we're back to USD. So that's just something else that's pretty clever. If you have a deals in place, as the user goes into your web page and they see your player, they'll be greeted with a views deals, and they can click on here, and they'll be able to see what deals you have in a flash. Instead of, if you didn't have it, then they would have to kind of click here and figure out if you had deals. So it's always good to have to show them initially, oh, hey, by the way, I have some deals going on here. Now, this player is responsive. So let me go ahead and drag this. Actually, let me just get rid of this. Now I'll just keep it. I'm just so indecisive today. Okay, so as you can see, it's responsive. When it gets really small, what it'll do is it'll actually switch to a header that you choose. I don't have anything loaded right now, but you can upload a header graphic. And this will be good for like mobile users and stuff like that. But it's completely responsive, and it just kind of goes with your web page with no problems whatsoever. Something that was carried over from the M7 that I think is very important, I just thought I should bring it up again, is that you have the ability to have different categories. So if you have discounted beats, if you have kits, songs, maybe you want to do different types of beats. So you have, I don't know, if you have trap or EDM, you can separate them in different tabs if you wanted to. I've seen people do voiceovers. You can use, you can rename these to whatever you want and then add whatever media in that tab. So honestly, I've seen people put drum kits. So you can sell kits right here. So you'll have, multiple boxes here with the different prices. And then when they click that, you'll see the different stuff inside of the kit. So there's a few things you can do here. And the M7 had that, and we just carried that over to the Hydra player. So it's ultra powerful. It's not just a beat store. You got your free downloads here. Let's click on that. And this will have, this is usual stuff, your name, email, and then terms for the free download to let people know, hey, this is free, but it's not really free. It's got some stuff, some terms to it as well. Close that out. Let's check out. You'll see some checkout. This is a checkout screen. You'll see the price, but then it'll actually tell you that you have a discount. So it'll tell you what your discount is, and then you pay $5, which is actually a cool deal. I just set this stuff up in the admin. I just gave it random discounts, so I doubt you'll have a discount like that on your actual store, but it's just an example. Coupon code here if they have a coupon. If you want them to add a comment, you can put this here where you can a user they can add a comment for the checkout. I don't know. They can add in anything. Can you send me a Big Mac with my beats or something? I don't know. It's really up to the user. PayPal, credit card. So if you have Stripe set up on the admin panel, or you signed up for Stripe, then you can take advantage of the credit card. And obviously PayPal is, you know, that's pretty basic stuff. So continue shopping. You know what? I feel like I'm missing a few things. There's some really cool things here. Like for example, if you scroll up, you'll see that the top part is also responsive. So if you have some really cool YouTube videos up here, they don't just disappear when you scroll up. You'll always have a little small window up here, so you can kind of see the coolness up here. And let's face it, you want to have your players stick out. It's all about looking cool, but it's also about how powerful and how intuitive your player is as well. So we feel that Hydra is actually it takes a little bit of both. It takes the coolness, and it also takes some really powerful features that help you sell beats, and it kind of puts it in one spot, and that's what Hydra is for. And people have been really raving about it. So, and we're going to continue to make it better. So it's not over with Hydra. And I don't think we're going to call it Hydra 2 or Hydra 3 or Hydra 4. I think we're just going to go with the whole Hydra thing. So this is available. So all I have to do is go into your admin panel and go to the embed code section and grab the embed code there. And I think it's called Hydra for desktop. And you just paste it into your website, WordPress, or whatever website you have. If you have Vue, which is your own website, then what you do is you go into Vue, General Settings, and you go to the drop down. It's kind of in the middle of the page, and here, I'll show you in a sec. Okay, so what you want to do is go to View and go to General Settings. Scroll down to where it says Player, and if you don't have Hydra yet, you'll say M7. Go ahead and switch to Hydra, and then on the bottom here, you can't see it, but click on the Submit button, and you'll have Hydra. And then if it says compact, you might want to switch to wide, because Hydra looks better wider than shrunken. So make sure that it's Hydra, and then also switch to wide and hit submit, and you're all done. Okay, so that's it. I feel like I'm missing out on a couple of these functions, but I think I got most of it. So there it is. So there it is, guys. There's Hydra. I think you'll like it. We like it, and everyone seems to like it. So, all right, guys. So that's it. The next video I make will be how to modify Hydra, changing the colors, and how to add the different YouTube videos for each beat, or just a single video, or just if you don't want to deal with videos for the header, then you can just add an image. I'll show you how to do that too. I'll show you how to turn off the spectrum if you want it off, or change the color of it, and some other things. So, all right, guys, thanks.